Hello everyone, welcome to my new video, which is a long time due, never mind that. Today we'll be starting a Figuary, a monthly challenge from croquis.cafe, where you every day draw a set of figure drawings. Today, of course, we're gonna have, as the title says, a little side quest that will be a book side quest where I and my partner talk about the books we read this month. We will not we'll not talk about all the books we have read because we had a prompt for this month, and that was novellas. So we read a bunch of books. So if we start talking about all the books we have read, this will probably be a video of 2 hours and more, and I don't wanna handle a 2-hour long video. My name is Ita, also known as Cupo, and today I'll be joined by Bruno.
Hello, I thought this was about to be podcast, not video, but nevertheless. Hi, I'm Bruno, also known as Bruno, I guess.
Bruno Bara?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
I've been making, yeah.
Okay, let me draw something just to have... Oh, that's your introduction.
That's my introduction.
Okay, where can people find you?
I was about to say nowhere, but I guess they can find me on Blue Sky as the only politically correct place on the interwebs at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna start drawing. So I'm drawing from Croquis Cafe. This is a resource that is behind the paywall, but I will try to link all the other free resources in the description or in the comments. And if you see that there's something missing and some other website or Instagram profile, Pinterest board or whatever, you can also link it in the comments. And I'll be doing first day of Figuary, and I think they have short series today. I think it'll be a bunch of poses with 15-second timeline. Then I think it's 30 seconds and possibly 5 minutes at the end. I'm not sure. So the first ones are 15 seconds, so that will be just stick figures. So don't mind me.
So you're just gonna draw a bunch of naked people?
Yeah,
that's all.
no, just one naked lady today.
Just one naked lady today.
One naked lady today, and you can start talking about your first book, so I can warm up and see if I manage to talk and draw at the same time.
So it was a busy month, as you said. It was a month that consisted mostly of short stories and novellas. Well, it was mostly novellas for me. I tried to pick books that were up to 200 pages. And I managed to read 15 of those, which is quite a lot.
Yes, I'm currently at 12.
Currently.
I think I read 11 novellas, and it was one book from last year that I finished this month.
So yeah, I did manage to add one book that doesn't fit the criteria. That would be a book by Stephen King, but it's completely other side quest that I'm doing for last 2 years, and that would be read all the Stephen King books in chronological order. And I have actually finally reached 90s, but that's completely other subject. Maybe for some other episodes.
Yeah, when I draw some horror-themed
naked people.
Not naked people. Naked people will be just for this month.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, how would you rate your? So, who's the guest here? Who's the?
No one's guest. We are both the same.
I thought I was a guest here.
Okay, you want to be a guest? Okay.
I don't know. Am I? I had to prepare my own coffee. That is, you're a lousy host.
No, you're not a guest. You are home here.
I'm home here.
You're home here. You're at home. You're at home here.
So
Have you seen me draw naked ladies all the time?
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
So which is, oh my god, what kind of pose is this?
Bended swan, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. An arching chimpanzee.
Tell me about your first book.
That's already done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 50 seconds per
I'm
pose.
distracted. I'm sorry. My first book. So are we gonna go chronologically, or
No,
are
you
we...
can do it in whatever order you like.
Okay. So
30-second poses. That's nice.
okay, I should talk because you are under quite pressure. I see.
Okay.
So I started my month with Hellmount, which is a short story by. I have prepared myself so well.
Galvin
Christensen.
thingy.
We're gonna edit it out. We're gonna edit it out.
I'm gonna put.
We have professional editors here.
I'm gonna put a book cover here.
We have professional editors. Don't worry. Giles Christian, if I'm not mistaken. Giles Christian. Okay. So as far as I know, this was my first book that I read from that author. And he usually doesn't write horror-ish books. He's usually into historical fiction. I know that he has some Nordic-inspired books, some Arthurian retelling of Arthurian myths, and this one pretty much fits the I'm not gonna say fan fiction, Diablo fan fiction, but it's really not that far from it. So the story follows ragtag gang team crew of mercenaries. I'm gonna call them mercenaries.
Yeah,
Definitely mercenaries. So you also read this book.
Yes.
So so mercenaries who got I'm not gonna say bullied, but it's not far from that, by some bishop. Yeah, I want to say.
Yeah, I think he has some handle on him or something.
It was something. It was not a clear business proposal. So they were hired to clear out, to actually scout a village.
Isn't that they had to take out some heretic?
Oh yeah, you're right. I completely forgot. It was he's not a butcher.
I think he was.
Or something. Wow, we're so great at this.
Or blacksmith. Okay, a peasant.
It was.
He was a peasant.
There was some trouble at the local village, so they had to check out, and it went south quite fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very more horror-ish than historical fiction, but is set in some Bohemia, which would be Czech Republic today.
Yeah.
Because was it the Bohemia Kingdom? I think it was Kingdom of Bohemia. All in all, it was very grimdarkish with elements of horror. The ending was a bit abrupt, just didn't feel very inspiring. That would be the only negative thing I would have to say about the story. But all in all, it was a nice start, if we can say that, for a very dark and brutal horror story.
Yeah, there was a bit of gore.
Quite a bit of gore in it. Okay, nevertheless,
I thought it was interesting because the place was based on the real place. That castle.
Some castle,
yes.
which I
of course you
can't
forgot the
remember
name.
Of course, some castle in Czech Republic.
Yes, it was said that it has a hole that leads to
the
hell,
Yeah.
and at night the creatures came out from the hole and take villagers away, and that there was a guy who was sentenced to death, and that they would how do you say not kill him if he goes down the hole and tells them what did he see.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end he went down the hole and they pulled him out and his hair went white and he died 3 days in Salem. 3 days later.
He was blabbering some nonsense.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but the whole idea about the castle is, as most of the castles are, built to prevent somebody from coming in. This one was, this one had everything reversed. The real castle, right?
Yes.
The real castle that was the whole story was based on. The castle was built as if it was there to prevent something from, or somebody, from coming out.
Yeah, and man, I forgot what I wanted to say.
We're gonna edit out.
No edits. I don't want to work more than I have to. I forgot what I wanted to say. Yes, it was built to. Oh well.
To keep something out.
To keep something out. Yes, it's
Some
very.
shady figures.
Yeah. I wanted to say that I would recommend it to people who like Berserk.
Yeah.
It really has. When I started to read it and see where it was going, I just transformed my inner imagination into Berserk visual settings. What the hell is this? I don't know how to draw this.
It's I got cramp in my back while pulling my pants.
Yes. No. I've got nothing, man. What?
So yeah, from my limited knowledge of Berserk, I would agree. It also, for anybody who's familiar with grim dark, there is nothing extra grim or dark in it. Well,
there
is the usual stuff. The usual stuff.
Yeah.
The usual kind of blood and guts.
Yeah. And other nasty things. Check the triggers of the book.
Yeah,
Check
well,
them.
all in all,
Check
it's what, 50-ish pages?
Yeah.
Short book, you can read in a day. Nice
No, I
too.
give up from this post. Next.
Oh well, you tried.
I tried.
So okay, important thing is that we are a quiet. What I wanted to say. We read wildly. Wildly. We read wildly. No, widely.
When I read, I get widely.
I read widely.
I read widely.
I read books
Okay.
upside down from the back to the. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Want me to start with some
Oh, I can do
top 3 picks or something?
Can I do mine?
Because I have 15 books, and
Think you want
we're
to go
not.
through
No,
all
I
them?
don't want to go through all the books because we had a test recording. What we recorded
ago.
our top 10 favorite books of the year.
Yep.
And that went on for
2 hours.
2.5 hours. So no, we're not gonna talk about all 15 of these. So yeah, okay, you can go with your 5, 3.
I want to go through 3, but since we read some of the same, that's
Oh, we'll see. We don't know. We don't know what's in my top 3.
okay. In my top 3, in no particular order, is the Blue Book of Nebula by Manon Rose Safon. I will.
It's Welsh author. That's quite a mouthful for us Slavic people to pronounce.
And it's a book about set in some kind of apocalypse. We are not sure what kind of apocalypse it, and it follows a woman, her daughter, which is a baby, and her son, which is I think around 6 years old until he's I think around 20 or something. So he grows up in this post-apocalyptic period. They're completely separated from. Okay, I will have to pause and talk. They're completely separated from all other people. There's a couple in their neighborhood, but they live during some period. The one thing we know is that it's some kind of nuclear explosion that happened or something like that. And we follow them through their day-to-day life. I was constantly expecting that some kind of violence will come through, as it always is, but it's actually a very, very cozy post-apocalyptic book.
As most of them are, in my experience.
No, there's always killing and...
Really? I haven't read those.
Killing, fight for the food and resources.
Okay, I hear Road by Cormac McCarthy. That would fit that description. But I don't know, from my experience, most of them are quite depressing, yes, as the whole setting dictates, but they're also, quite meditative, relaxing. Nothing.
Yes, this was too, although it has some really sad moments. And I really liked to see, it felt real, I would say.
Realistic.
Yes.
Oh, you can imagine that in the near future.
No, I mean I can imagine that because we don't know. Today we don't know. We can all be dead in 2 months. So no, it felt real as in they didn't suddenly became mumbo jumbo survivors.
But yeah, that's what I meant by Mad Max. Mad Max is some type of weird dystopian future where
Yeah.
How did we end up there, right?
Yes, we don't know. And this has when they actually meet someone from I'm making quote marks from the outside, they tell them that society has gone a bit sideways, but none of that happens in the Blue Book of Nebo. So they find a blue book. The Nebo is a village, and they found a blue book there, and the mother decides to give it to the book to her son, so he could write the events that happen, because there's no school anymore, and she wanted to give him some education, but she was a hairdresser, I think. And she's like, after she read him all the books they had or something, she said, okay, I don't know what else I can teach you. Maybe you should try write what the events that happen from your own perspective. And he agrees, and he says that he also wants her to write in the book, and they will not read what the other person has written. So you see two perspectives from, I forget the name of the boy. The problem is that they translated the name of the boy from Welsh to some English.
The whole name of the book and everything, right?
No, I think the title of the book is okay, but the names were changed.
Okay, so
and now I read what were the original names. I can't pronounce them, and now I forgot the English version and the Welsh version. Never mind.
But in general, this whole title is a bit funny. Sounds a bit funny to us because, as you said, Blue Book of Nebo, which I've heard everybody else on BookTube pronouncing it as Nebo.
Nebo. Oh yeah.
Because Nebo in our language means sky, so Blue Book of Sky is quite fitting as the whole title. But I would presume the Nebo has nothing to do with sky.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, maybe it's Nebo. Maybe it is Nebo.
I don't know.
Never mind that. it's appropriate title for
Yeah.
the color.
Yeah.
So I can't say any much more because it would be spoiling. It's a really short read. So I would recommend to anyone who likes post-apocalyptic, cozy, and who likes to cry a bit. I think it was the first book that made me cry in a year. I think none of the books I read last year made any emotions that
None of the emotional impact as this one. Eh?
no, yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't read it, but it sounds like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it reads like literal fiction, I would presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that would be your in no particular number 3.
Yes.
So mine would be, as my list says, would be Foster by Claire Keegan,
Yay.
which is a book that I finished yesterday. So maybe a bit of recency bias, but nevertheless.
I read it also.
Yes, you also read it. It's a very short book. I listened to audiobook, which is an hour and a half, not even an hour and a half.
Yep.
So very short read. So it follows the story of a young girl who was handed to foster parents. I mean, as the title says, foster parents by her, father. Her father just dropped her off.
I mean, it's her aunt.
Was it? I didn't.
I
have a gap about that part. Who those people are to her. All in all, it was a bit, elderly couple who took care of her for a short time. Is it for a short time? For a bit of time, right? No, it was
until
not.
her mother gave birth.
It was not permanent.
Yeah.
All in all, and it's written in very simple way because our POV is a young girl, and it's quite fitting, right? There's, to me at least, there's nothing more off-putting than when the books try to, handle a bit of more advanced vocabulary or train of thought for the character that's really not fitting for their age. And I think this one does it spot on.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's very innocent at moments because it's very, it's. I forgot. Is it first or third? But it's very limited point of view because you perceive things as she does, and you, of course, reading this as a grown-up, you see things a bit differently than she perceives it. You understand things on a bit higher level than her. But yeah, it's a very simple, very, very relaxing read. It's a bit, you go through everyday life, and she describes things that she does with them, how they differ from the things that she's used to from her regular life. And yeah, it's a bit sad. I would say, I don't know. It's a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet book, definitely.
Yeah. It's about a person who is grew up in a bigger family with sisters and brothers, and parents that are more focused on their survival.
Yeah, on nobody in particular, right?
And more interested to have food on the table and on a roof above their head, and not so much the love the kids need.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that I have just written a review about Lazarus, and it's a book that's also short, but I noticed this difference how some people can say so much on so little pages, and some people just don't. And I'm like, so it's possible. So when I read a book that hasn't been up to my expectations, I'm very disappointed because I know it's possible.
I mean, it is. I mean, experience definitely goes experience dictates that a lot, but also personality of each writer. You know, how can they handle, or meaning the way they can express themselves. Some writers can express themselves much easier with simpler words, in you know, shorter works. Some just try to complicate things, right? As somebody who tries to write, I mean, I've struggled with that every day. You know, you want to write something, you want to say something, and you somehow manage to complicate your own life. So it's definitely, you know, if some books have a simpler prose and simple way of writing, it doesn't really mean they were easier to write. I mean, that is really challenging to deliver things in a very simple way, to be able to express all of your thoughts that you wanted to in a very simple way. That takes some. You're just flipping that lady. All right. So I was just saying, yeah, writing the simple books with simple prose, it's a task in itself. Yeah. And I think that I'm sorry. I think that Claire Keegan does that really well, because I also read one more book from her, which is Small Things Like This, that also handles its prose the way, you know, she tells a story in very, very, very simple, flowy way. You want to say?
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay, I am
Done
with my number 3.
Your number 3, okay. My number 2 is my first Adrian Tchaikovsky read, The Elder Race. It's a novella that was very interesting because it was the story takes us to a distant planet where a colony has developed its own culture and forgot about their roots from the earth, and there is a science post there from a anthropology science crew that came to that world and to science them, how do you say, to take their observation of the culture that developed there. And you see two perspectives. One is from the local princess, and that part of the POV is fantasy, and you see the POV from a scientist, and that POV is science fiction. And it's a funny take on what's the name of the trope where people misunderstood each other. There's a trope.
There is a trope. I'll just stop you for a second and add that Elder Race is also my number 2. Oh. So we can just we can share this entry bit by bit. So yeah, it's very interesting how they switch those. The POVs are switching constantly from chapter to chapter, so you're just getting bits information or lack of from the perspective of princess, which I forgot her name, but you know, if you ask me to tell the name of any of the characters I read,
I think the problem of these novellas is they're short. You read them in 2 or 3 days, and you are already onto another story, and you forget the name. Everything.
It's normal. The amount of information that goes through our heads, not just with the books in general, this is completely normal. Yeah. And especially if you listen to those books, because you're not picturing, you're not looking at the name with your eyes.
Yeah.
And you're just not I don't know how to say it. You're not taking photos of those names, and you just don't have them at your disposal whenever you need to remember. So all in all, very interesting. This was your first Tchaikovsky?
Yeah, first.
It was my second Tchaikovsky. So I read Guns of the Dawn last year, which I had some mixed feelings about. But this one was very, very surprising. I have to say that he if I would have to fit him in one of the genres, right? Because Tchaikovsky is very famous for his constant switching between fantasy and sci-fi. I would have to say the way he writes, he definitely has more of a sci-fi mindset. You know, you can definitely read that off the page. Because his characters are not that memorable. More of his ideologies and just the messages he's managed to write into the stories, right? That would be more fitting for a sci-fi writer. So yeah,
I currently read Ironclads and I'm reading Firewalkers, and both are science fiction. So I'm currently thinking of him as a science fiction writer, even though I have books on my TBR that are fantasy.
yeah. He did start as a fantasy writer. I think he put out a series 10 books, which is quite long. But yeah, all in all, definitely looking forward to reading more of the Tchaikovsky, possibly this year. Yeah, you're reading I forgot the name of the whole trilogy. I think it is trilogy. There's the whole trilogy where Ogres belongs to, which is also a book I read from him this year.
Is it fantasy more or science fiction?
If I say anything, it will be very spoily.
Okay, then don't say anything. We can talk about it in another video.
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky video.
Just a warning about Ogres. Ogres is by far the most famous book, famous novella from that trilogy, and it's completely told from the second perspective. So sad smile.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's listening to this, and nobody will because we're not gonna post it.
We're gonna post it.
We're gonna post it.
Yes, we're gonna post it.
Oh no!
I don't want to draw this all over again, so it's going up.
Okay, so second perspective, yeah, that can be tricky for some people. It was a first full-on book that I read from the second perspective, and yeah, it's a bit weird in the beginning, but you get used to it. Okay. You simply get used to it. There's a very good reason for that book, why that book is written in second perspective, and you'll just you'll find out at the end of it. So I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything else about it.
Okay.
So
your book is on Elder Race was mine.
And it was also mine as well. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, but I started mine.
And I said Elder Race is also mine, number 2.
Okay,
so
then
we merged.
Then my first, I mean, it's not first place, but it was very enjoyable, was 9 Goblins from T. Kingfisher. It was very different from the books I read before. I think I read it maybe
from
2.
her?
Yeah,
okay.
Twisted Ones, and I'm blanking out on the second title.
Was it also a horror one?
Yeah. Or did I just read Twisted Ones? I don't remember.
I remember that you read Twisted Ones last year. But yeah, you read her horror stories,
yes.
Or a story. I've read 2 fantasy-ish, fairy tale-ish almost. So we went in completely opposite directions.
Yeah, this was my first fantasy. And it was very cute. It's about a goblin squad that ends up magically, literal, because they try to attack a wizard, and that wizard teleports them behind the enemy lines, and he teleports them into the woods, which has two of the most horror-ish stuff. It has elves. And it has humans.
Humans and elves. Oh my.
It's horrible. But you meet a very interesting elf, which I think is one of my favorite elves so far. And you meet him while he's delivering a unicorn.
Unicorn?
Yes.
As a whole unicorn?
A unicorn.
Like, is he riding on him or is he carrying him on his shoulder?
Delivering a baby unicorn.
A baby unicorn? You didn't say baby, you said unicorn. So
Yeah,
I was picturing a
No.
whole
He's
freaking
delivering
horse
a
with
baby.
a horn.
He's delivering a baby unicorn, and the
Okay.
first time you meet him, he's with his arms in the unicorn's butt or wherever.
Oh, delivering. Oh, that's
Um,
a completely different meaning of that word.
Yes, the unicorn is giving a baby,
Hey,
and he's like veterinarian.
Okay. Oh, I see. That's quite vivid scene then.
Yeah, it's very interesting and very funny, and the first time I read that. So
Okay.
So it was. I said this. I would like to play this as a D&D one shot.
Well,
Because it was
sounds like an experience, definitely.
Yeah, it was. It had very funny, funny characters. Funny. What does funny mean?
Fanny means something completely different for our British audience.
Yeah. I okay.
We're never going to mention it anymore.
Okay. What did I say? It's very funny, and it also has some gorish elements.
Okay.
So I would say if you are squirmish, probably take this as a warning. But overall, it's cute fantasy novella.
Charming
Yes.
little.
Yes, it has goblins that are being goblins, and it's so very cute.
Well, goblins need to goblin.
Yeah,
They
goblins
need to
need to
be
goblin, yes.
a bit prickish.
Yeah, stinky
Yeah.
and running around in loincloth and
Oh,
such.
nice.
Yep.
Okay.
It has all the checkbox marks.
As it should be. Okay, so my number one is also a book that I finished yesterday. So, recency bias, sue me.
Okay.
And that's a bit of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. So that was first Steinbeck book I read, and for sure won't be the last one. So it follows the story of two men in, I think it's 30s. I mean, book was written in 1937, if I'm not wrong, and it just belongs to that period, right? It's not historical fiction. It is for us today, but definitely not back at that time when it was written. Oh, we're drawing goblins. Hope they're not naked.
No.
Not yet. Okay. So, two men who travel as they used to did back then, from farm to farm, looking for a job. And, definitely have, they're quite a duo, because one of them is a bit, he's a bit, as they used to say, slow, a bit mentally challenged. He's almost as a gentle giant. And the other one is brains of the group, right? So Lenny and George, I think. So yeah, they stumble upon a farm. They find some work there. I think it's barley. I think it's a barley farm. And yeah, let's not spoil anything too much.
It's short.
It is. It's 100 pages. It's very, very to the point, very simplistic, to the point prose. I mean, it's just funny how you read some of those books that are now almost 100 years old, and they just flow. They flow so nice. As you think of our slang language as it evolves throughout the years, and how little does language need, the way we speak, the way we spoke 10, 15, 20 years ago, and how we're losing words, if you remember from your childhood, how much of things change, right? But and then you read some pieces of work that are quite unreadable. You know, if something is old, like 50, 70, 100, 2 years old, not to mention some Frankenstein, they're completely unreadable. Just, but this is definitely not the case, right? So this is very, very nicely written. And I'm not sure what reputation does Steinbeck has as a writer when it comes to prose, when it comes to his style. Haven't done my background check. Poor job of me. But yeah, it's sad. It is, in the end, it is a sad story, right? As it is from that period, and he usually, all of his other books do cover, right? So one of his most famous book would be
East of Eden.
No, it would be Grapes of Wrath.
No.
Is it? I think
I don't know.
it is. It was written during, you know, it covers the things during the Depression era, Great Depression. So it's not, you know, charming little village when everybody's picking flowers. It covers serious subjects and serious themes that, if you're looking for an escapism with your books, maybe avoid them. But it's definitely something worth reading. One of those rare books. I think at least in America, it belongs to their curriculum. Mm-hmm. They should read. They need to read it in the school. I don't know. Is Steinbeck part of European curriculum? I'm not sure.
No,
definitely not. Yeah,
definitely not.
Well, maybe it should be if we compare it to horrible books. You need to read as a kid.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's very, very digestible, right?
Yeah, the thing that they miss to put in the schools, the books that are enjoyable to read as a kid.
I kind of have a feeling it's priority is not enjoyment. Priority is, well, you need to read this from this book and this from this writer. But you know, ask yourself, you're teaching kids, teenagers, you're teaching them what? You know, I mean, the whole purpose should be, you know, that you intrigue them and pique their interest to read in general. And by this, you're just completely demolishing any hopes of them becoming a reader one day. So, you know, I don't know if anybody ever had their reading journey that started with, well, I was reading through books in school that we had to read, and I fell in love in reading, and I just went on exploring everything else. So it usually is, you know, that thing is done. I don't have to read books anymore. Thank God.
Yes.
So yeah.
So, what are you currently reading?
What am I currently reading? I am currently reading. I'm completely blanking. I'm reading a book by Papa Gwyn, or John Gwyn. John Gwyn, it's Hunger of the Gods, that's the title. Hunger of the Gods, which is part of Bloodsworn Saga, book 2. It's...
we will go into that on the next video.
It's fantasy. It is a fantasy. It's a book 2, I'm not going to say anything. It's a Norse-inspired fantasy. Okay. That's what it is. What am I also reading? I am reading with you Clara and the Sun, which is a part of our book club that we have, which is nothing serious. It's just the two of us. We pick a book and we just, you know, pass it. I read 20 pages, then you read 30, 40, and then you pass it back to me, and we just pass that hot potato until we finish.
Until it's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still at the very, very beginning of the book. and
Yeah.
it's a February, so we should probably pick it up a bit faster. I'm currently reading Firewalkers
By Adrian Tchaikovsky.
by
Yeah.
Adrian Tchaikovsky, yes. I'm reading my first arc, Old Guns, and I hope I'm gonna finish that this month. It's not that the book is bad or something. I'm stretching a bit. The problem is that I didn't get the version that I can read on my Kobo. I have problem reading on tablet and on computer screen, and that's why it's taking so long.
We can blame Amazon on that.
Yes, probably. So I'm reading that. I have DNF'd the book club I have with my girls, and we supposed to read the White Album by Didon.
It's non-fiction.
Something?
It's
Non-fiction,
non-fiction
yeah.
written
In
by
70s,
journalist,
yeah. It's you can write however beautiful you can, but if you write about something that I'm not interested in,
Yeah.
I decided to DNF a bit more this year
Oh.
because when I just think, because I have read the short story Stay Hell, and I know I don't have infinity to read all the books that I want to read, so DNF will be strong in 2026.
That's the theme of 2026.
Yes. DNF strongly. And I won't give the how do you say, the star ratings, except if I DNF it because it was bad, not because I wasn't interested in it.
Okay. I usually don't rank DNF books that I DNF.
I do the ones that I really, really hated.
I mean, it's just because I do have strong opinion on that subject, and that is, I mean, how could I know? Maybe something would happen. I mean, I don't know. I've DNF book at 50%, and something that would completely change my opinion might happen later on. But the book killed all of the.
I rank the books based on my enjoyment.
Sure, yeah, that's the only way to do it.
And if it hurts me that much, I will give it 1 star.
That's how books should be ranked, by the enjoyment at that particular moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have read Lazarus 10 days ago, and I have written a review 2 or 3 days before, and I was like, no, this wasn't 3 stars read for me, this was 2 stars. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I really didn't enjoy it. I really didn't.
Yeah, well, that's all legit.
Okay, then we'll stop here. It's 50 minutes.
50?
Yes.
I got only 1 coffee.
Yes, 50 minutes of us rambling. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, but it will be just art talk and how I hate drawing people in foreshortening and laying around. There won't be any goblins, just naked people. I'm not monetized, so
Not even 1 naked goblin.
Not even 1 naked goblin.
I'm not gonna promise anything to your listeners.
No, just naked people. Maybe see if I'm gonna start drawing naked goblins.
Is it listeners or viewers? It's
Viewers.
Viewers of art and listeners of book talk.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we are coloring everything. Algorithm, you know what to do. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.